Hi, I'm Haruko from Love the Way Art. Today's topic is about AI and human creativity. AI has been revolutionizing our lives for quite some time, but the recent appearance of generative AI tools such as ChatGPT have created huge waves in our society like never before. Now, if you want to write something or ask questions, all you need to do is type text prompt. It will generate journals for you or give you pretty accurate and sophisticated answers. For the creative field of art, design, and architecture, there are AI art generators such as Deep Dream, DALL-E, or Image AI. When you give a description of visual images, they can generate surprisingly detailed, unique, and cool art pieces. So just for fun, I asked DALL-E to create art for me. I said, painting of a large Earth-like planet in the universe in the shade of blue, gold, and brown. Here they are. Well, it is amazing that AI can now create something that has been thought to exist only in the human domain. The conversation surrounding AI now turn to an existential pyramid of questions. Is AI creativity better than that of humans? Can AI eventually replace our job as writer, designer, or artist? But before we discuss that reality, let's consider what creativity is. You could say that creativity is the ability to make or otherwise bring into existence something new, whether a new solution to a problem, or a new method or device, or a new artistic object or form. Now, when we create something, it is almost always a variance of something that's already existed. It all comes from the memory or data set of what we've seen, read, or heard from the past. We basically use the data that we've been stored in our brain to invent something new. And that is exactly what generative AI is doing. So let's take a look at the generative art. Generative art is a process of algorithmically generating new ideas, shapes, colors, and patterns. It is trained on hundreds of millions of images in their associated captions to be able to come up with a creative output. All you need to do is to set rules and that provide the conditions and the boundaries for the creation process. So I learned that there are two common things between human and AI. Number one, what we call creativity is the ability to use stored data and produce something else that is beyond recognition. Number two, whether it is AI or human, the creative process requires numerous trials and errors before being able to produce anything transformative. The difference, however, is generative AI explores a much broader ground faster than ever before, allowing us to maximize the opportunities for creativity by using computational tools to explore and test their design ideas rapidly. So let's get back to the question, is AI creativity better than humans? Can AI eventually replace our jobs as a writer, designer, or artist? To answer them, I did some experiment. I wanted to see what kind of art DALL-E would generate for me using the description of my original art, Love in Magenta. I described it as a calligraphy art with Japanese word love in the shade of magenta and gold. Asking for a Japanese word might be a bit difficult, I thought. I can see that it's tried, but the character didn't quite come out right. Color-wise, AI seems to have a much brighter tone than my original, which is expected as my color palette is usually very calm and earthy. I bet the AI can endlessly come up with the cool designs like these based on the same description, and perhaps gets even closer to my own art with a more specific input. But that I also bet that none of them will be exactly the same as mine. In the next experiment, I used my new original titled Inner Portrait. I was really curious about what AI would generate with this description. And abstract art with dark shade of brown in the base layer and a lighter shade of bright rosy gold with random bright thin stripes of inspiration. And here they are. I'm actually pretty impressed with what DALL-E generated. Each variation has its own uniqueness and taste and nuance. But in the end, there's no way that anyone else, including AI, could create exactly the same piece I just did. Because in my original art, each shade and depth of the color represent different emotions ranging from anxiety and helplessness to calmness, empathy, and love. They are coexisting and somewhat balanced and embraced in the presence of my consciousness and the light of hope. In a way, it is the product of my own internal algorithmic process based on the dataset and unique stories stored within me, from every moment of my life leading up to the moment that I touched on canvas. Even with an in-depth description of what I painted, AI cannot bring such an element to life. So, is AI creativity better than humans? Well, my answer is no. I'm not saying that my art is better than that of AI creation, but simply saying that uniqueness of each artist and each of human creation is not replaceable by AI. Can AI eventually replace our jobs as writer, designer, or artist? Well, this is a tricky question to answer. It is silly to imagine that human and AI competing with each other when it comes to creativity. Rather, humans and AI can and should collaborate and complement each other. For example, AI can be a useful tool for artists for brainstorming early in the process as a creative tools within their own layered process. Michael Hensmeyer, postmodern architect designer, said that generative design is about thinking about designing, not the object, but a process to generate object. What he is saying is that the process allows for more artificial serendipity, the happy accidental innovation that normally takes time to stumble upon. Generative tools are changing the way we make art in many ways. The article in AIartist.org summarizes very well. Number 1, AI tools are making a wide range of creative skills more accessible. People with no creative skill sets can try to create something new. Number 2, it will shift artistic focus to creating a process rather than an end result, leveraging the computer to do the lead work and create near infinite variations in a given solution space. Number 3, AI tools will learn from us and become collaborators. There will be a spark for human creativity rather than a simple replacement for it. Number 4, evolutionary algorithms are making it possible to tap the wisdom of the ages and manifest it in inspiring new ways. It's a real game changer and is very exciting. I have no idea what the human and AI creative collaboration will lead us to, but I hope that it will aid us in our desire to express ourselves and pursue our creativity to new and beautiful places. That's all for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like it, subscribe my channel, or leave a comment. And if you're curious about my art collections, please go to www.lovetheWayArt.com. Thank you for watching. See you next time.